A lot of people delay getting started because they're waiting for the right time, but that flawless moment doesn't actually exist. In reality, consistent, small efforts each day create real transformation. You don't have to tackle everything all at once. Just begin with something. Action leads to routine, and routine shapes what's to come. Make it a habit to take a step daily, no matter how tiny. Stay determined, keep your eyes on the path, and you'll get closer to your dreams bit by bit. Napoleon Hill, discovered that daily progress doesn't come from perfect planning or ideal timing. It begins the moment you choose to move, even if you're exhausted, doubtful, or standing alone. When you act without waiting for instructions, without craving validation, without needing certainty, you tap into true achievement. Real success grows from repeating small actions regularly, not just during easy moments, but especially when things are tough. The strength isn't somewhere outside. It lies in the basic decision to continue every single day. Start even when you don't feel ready. Many people spend years hoping for the perfect moment, to form a new habit, to go after a dream, to pursue a goal. They wait until they're more confident, more experienced, more prepared. But here's the truth. The ideal moment rarely appears. There will always be fear, uncertainty, or distractions that seem more urgent. That's why, if you truly want to grow into the person you're meant to be, you must take the leap before you feel ready. People will often think readiness comes before action, but it's the opposite. You act first, and then the readiness develops. Confidence is built through doing, not waiting. Bravery doesn't mean having no fear. It means moving forward while feeling afraid. Every step forward, even when you're anxious, makes you a little braver, a little tougher. And those small wins add up. When you sit around waiting for the perfect time, you waste precious moments. Days pass, then weeks, and soon months, and you're still stuck in the same place, only older. Change doesn't happen unless you take that first step. Growth doesn't start unless something is planted. That beginning might feel awkward. You'll probably make mistakes, but that's part of the process. Every expert was once clueless. Every strong person started off weak. Every story of success began with a moment of uncertainty. Someone saying, "I don't know how, but I'll try." This matters because momentum is powerful. Once you start, things shift. You gain knowledge by doing. You improve through experience. You learn to rely on yourself. You prove that even during tough times, you can push forward. That inner trust is more valuable than any strategy, tool, or talent. It's what carries you when motivation disappears. When you show yourself that you can take action, even when unprepared, you begin to believe that anything is possible. You don't need a perfect plan to begin. You don't need to have everything mapped out. You don't need perfection. You just need one small move. That's all. Instead of saying, "I'll wait until later," say, "I'll begin now." Instead of thinking you need to have all the answers, ask yourself, what can I do right now with what I've got? Maybe it's writing a single sentence. Maybe it's going for a 5-minute walk. Maybe it's having one conversation about your idea. That single move generates energy, and that energy leads to change. Picture this. 2 people share the same dream. One says, "I'll begin once I have more time, more knowledge, more help." The other says, "I'll start now with whatever I know." 1 year later, one is still thinking, and the other is already progressing, learning, and building something new. It wasn't about intelligence or talent. It was the decision to start before feeling ready. The truth is, no one feels fully ready when they begin. That's why it's so crucial to start anyway. Even if you're nervous, even if your hands shake, even if your voice cracks, that's where true growth starts. That's how dreams become reality, not by waiting, but by doing. Start even if you're not ready, and you'll discover you are more prepared than you believe. Sometimes your dreams feel massive. You look at everything you want, and it overwhelms you. It feels too heavy. You might think, where do I even begin? And because the dream seems too distant, you give up before taking the first step. But here's the real secret. The way to reach any big goal is to break it into smaller pieces. Imagine a mountain from ground level. It looks impossible. But if you focus only on the next few steps, then the next ones after that, progress begins. Slowly, step by step, you rise. You don't need to leap to the top. Just keep climbing, one step at a time. When you divide the big picture into smaller parts, everything feels more manageable. The fear shrinks, the pressure fades. It becomes easier to say, "I can do this." Instead of trying to finish the journey in one go, just focus on today's move. And when you complete that one step, you'll feel proud. You'll feel momentum. And that feeling drives you to keep going. It builds energy. It grows your belief. Each small action creates another. Before long, you're much further than you ever thought possible. That's why consistency is more powerful than intensity. Small, Daily effort beats rare, big effort. Little drops become streams. Streams become rivers. Rivers carve valleys with time. So how do you break it down? Look at your dream and ask, what's one thing I can do today to get closer? Want to get fit? Start with drinking more water. Want to write a book? Start with one paragraph. Want to learn a new skill? Spend 10 minutes studying. These aren't grand gestures, but they matter. They move you forward. Picture someone wanting to build a small house by hand. If they look at the whole project, they'll feel lost. But if they place one brick, then another, the house slowly takes shape. Not overnight, but brick by brick, day by day. One day, they'll look back and see they've created something incredible, not from a single huge effort, but from many small ones. When you make your tasks smaller, you make them achievable. You make them real. You take back control. You stop waiting for the right time. You just begin, and that's the key. So the next time you feel stuck, remember this. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do something. Even something small and simple. Keep doing that every single day. No dream is too far, no goal too big. Every great success, every strong person, every amazing journey started the same way, with one small step. Don't let the size of your dream scare you. Break it down, make it smaller, and then take that first step. Once you take that first step, you'll realize the road ahead isn't as difficult as it once seemed, and you're much more capable than you ever believed. Strengthen the belief you carry inside. There's a soft voice within you. Sometimes it lifts you up, reminding you that you're capable. Other times, it holds you back, whispering that you're not enough. That internal dialogue shapes your self-image and influences what you think is possible. If you think you're weak, unprepared, or lacking ability, you'll behave that way. But if you trust that you can learn, improve, and push past obstacles, you'll move forward with bravery. The single most powerful belief in life is what you believe about yourself. So many wait around for someone else to see their potential, a mentor, a friend, a role model, to affirm their worth. But in truth, external validation isn't required. What truly matters is your belief. When you begin to trust yourself, even a little, your world begins to shift. You become more willing to try. You recover faster from setbacks. You begin crafting the life you really desire. This is important because belief lays the groundwork for action. If you doubt your ability, you won't even begin. And if you do start, you might quit at the first sign of trouble. But believing in yourself helps you persist, even through difficulty, even when others question you. That inner belief fuels resilience. It brings clarity, stamina, and direction. So how can belief be developed? Begin with the basics. Honor your word to yourself. If you say you'll walk every morning, then do it. If you promise to be kind, act on it. Each time you follow through, no matter how small, you show yourself you're trustworthy. That's how belief is formed. You don't need grand achievements to believe in your worth. Small, consistent actions build inner confidence. Bit by bit, your self-trust expands. Imagine a young boy who's always heard he's not intelligent. He believes it, so he stays silent in class, avoids challenges, and doubts himself. One day, a teacher invites him to try something simple, and he succeeds. That tiny win ignites something in him. He begins to try more. Gradually, he starts to see he's not the person others labeled him to be. He's much more, and that shift in belief changes everything. All of us experience moments of uncertainty. That's part of being human, but we don't have to stay stuck there. We can choose a better internal narrative. Instead of, I can't do this, say, I'm learning. Instead of, I've failed before, say, I'm improving with each step. The way we speak shapes our thoughts, and those thoughts guide our behavior. Belief isn't handed to you. It's earned through effort, discipline, and evidence. It comes when you consistently show up, face challenges, and witness your own capability. It's a reminder that you are not your past, not your mistakes, not your fears. You are your actions. You are your persistence. You are your bravery. So today, begin building belief. Start small. Keep your word. Acknowledge each success. Remind yourself that your potential is greater than your current vision. Others may question you, but if your belief in yourself is solid, there's nothing beyond your reach. Now, create a consistent daily rhythm. Each morning presents a decision to let the day drift or to lead it with intention. When you live with structure, your life no longer depends on chance. It's shaped by deliberate action. Rhythm doesn't mean doing everything or doing it perfectly. It means repeating a few meaningful actions until they become part of who you are. Many people assume success comes from a lucky break or one huge win. But in truth, success grows from what you practice daily when no one else is watching. It's built through repeated effort. Think of rhythm as the roots beneath a tree, invisible, yet holding everything together. Nourish those roots consistently, and your life will become more grounded and full of growth. A strong routine gives your life direction. It filters your attention, focuses your energy, and reduces waste. It also offers peace. When life becomes chaotic, and it will, your rhythm becomes your anchor. You won't have to ask, "What now?" You'll already know. Your rhythm will carry you through low motivation and unclear times. So how do you build this rhythm? Start simple. Move your body. Walk, stretch, or exercise. Feed your mind. Read, reflect, or learn. And take one daily step toward a goal that matters to you. These don't have to be big actions. What matters is that you do them consistently. With time, they become habits. And those habits begin to transform who you are. Picture a man who wants to strengthen himself, not just physically, but in life. Instead of making a massive list, he chooses 3 daily habits. He wakes up and moves his body for a few minutes. He reads a few pages of something uplifting. Then he works on his personal goal, even if only for 15 minutes. He repeats this every single day, not weekly, not occasionally, daily. Over time, he becomes stronger, wiser, and more intentional. Not because of a single big change, but because of a steady rhythm that he created and honored. There's no need to overhaul your life overnight. In fact, that's where many people falter. They try to change too much too soon and burn out. But when you create rhythm, something consistent, something simple, you begin a transformation that lasts. It's not about where you begin, it's that you begin. And when you start, stick with it. Guard your rhythm as something sacred, because it truly is. A dependable rhythm is one of your most powerful tools. It brings stability, it develops strength, it molds your future. Most importantly, it reminds you each day that your life is your responsibility, not luck, not chance, but your choices repeated daily. Let your days flow with rhythm. Let them carry purpose. In time, those simple actions will build an extraordinary life. Now, welcome discomfort. Most people desire growth. They want to improve, to feel accomplished, to become their best selves. But growth never comes without discomfort. It never comes from staying safe, repeating what's easy, and avoiding challenge. If you wish to become braver, wiser, and more grounded, you must be open to discomfort. Fear isn't a sign to stop. It's proof you're expanding. It means you're reaching beyond comfort zones, and that's something to be proud of. Think about it this way. Just like muscles grow when you train them, they need effort, resistance, and pressure. The same goes for your bravery, mental strength, and mindset. They evolve through difficulty. Standing still doesn't build strength. Growth comes from stepping forward, even when you're trembling. This matters because many people quit as soon as life gets tough. They start off with energy, but stop the moment things feel hard. But the ones who succeed, the ones who build lives they're proud of, are not the ones who dodge discomfort. They're the ones who face it head on. They recognize that pain isn't there to punish. It's part of learning. Discomfort isn't your enemy. It's a teacher. So how do you learn to face discomfort? By no longer running from it. By no longer assuming something's wrong just because it's challenging. Instead, put it as a signal, a sign that you're growing, not failing. Accept it. Breathe through it. Remind yourself, this exact moment, this stretch, this struggle is where progress is born. Take steps, even when it feels hard. And each time you do, you improve. Visualize a young girl afraid of speaking in public. Her voice shakes, her hands tremble, and she avoids it for years. But one day, she chooses to confront the fear. She speaks in front of a small group, just for a minute. It's uncomfortable, even terrifying, but she does it. Then she does it again and again. A year later, she speaks confidently in front of a crowd, not because the fear vanished, but because she met it repeatedly until it no longer controlled her. Every person who's achieved anything remarkable has faced discomfort. A writer who endured countless rejections, an athlete who trained through pain, a farmer who rose every morning before dawn, braving storms and hardship. Their success didn't come from ease. It came from doing what wasn't easy. That's the key. Discomfort isn't there to stop you. It's there to mold you, to sharpen you, to reveal your strength. If you can sit with it, breathe through it, and still move forward, nothing can block your path. You'll become the kind of person who doesn't quit when life gets hard. You'll become someone who grows no matter what. So when discomfort comes, don't retreat. Lean into it. Embrace it. Let it stretch you. Let it teach you. The road to real change isn't the smoothest path. It's the bold one. And it starts the moment you stop avoiding difficulty and begin choosing growth. Lean into discomfort, because that's where your true power lies. Set clear goals. Imagine setting out on a long trip with no map, no route, and no destination in mind. You might walk for days or even months and still feel lost. That's what life is like without clear goals. You're moving, but not moving forward with meaning. You wake up, go through the motions, and suddenly weeks pass with no real growth. That's why having real goals is crucial. They give your life purpose, direction, and daily focus. A real goal isn't just a passing wish. It's a conscious decision you make with full intent. It's specific, meaningful, and designed to help you grow. Just saying, I want to improve isn't enough. Improve in what, why, and how will you know when you've reached it? Real goals are not vague ideas. They are milestones guiding you towards something that matters. When you define a goal clearly, you give yourself a reason to wake up excited. Your time becomes valuable. You stop wasting days on distractions because you now have something worth pursuing. A true goal draws you in. It centers your attention. And when life gets difficult, your goal is the compass that keeps you on track. To set a meaningful goal, start with honesty. What do you truly want? Not what others expect from you, but what lights your fire. Is it getting fit? Learning something new? Supporting your family? Whatever it is, let it come from deep within. Then make it specific. Not just, I want to get fit, but I want to be able to run 5 miles nonstop. Not, I want to save money, but I'll save $100 every month for a year. Once your goal is defined, break it into small tasks. What can you do today? What's the next step tomorrow? These tiny steps may seem small, but they build up to something meaningful. With every step you take, you build momentum. With every bit of momentum, your belief in yourself strengthens. Picture a young man who dreams of learning guitar. For a long time, he only imagines it. He watches others play, feeling inspired, but he never picks up the instrument. One day, he commits to a real goal. I will learn 1 song each month. He starts small, just 10 minutes a day. It's difficult at first, but he stays consistent. In 3 months, he's mastered 3 songs. In 6 months, he plays in front of friends. And it all began with one focused goal. When your goal is meaningful, you don't need outside pressure. You're internally pulled toward it. You want to keep going. And when obstacles show up, and they will, your goal is what reminds you why you started. It grounds you. Without goals, life feels like wandering. With goals, you move with intent. You don't have to see the full path, just the next step. Set a real goal. Make it clear. Take 1 step every day. Eventually, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, not by chance, but by your own design. Your life becomes a reflection of what you aim for. So aim for something real. Create meaningful goals and let them lead you to the life you're meant to live. Build grit and resilience. There will be moments when nothing seems to go your way. When you're tired, frustrated, or full of doubt. You might give something your all and still fall short. That's the reality of life. It's not always fair, but the people who rise, who thrive, who gain true strength, they're not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept going when it was hardest. That's what grit is. That's what resilience means. Grit is about staying committed. It means holding on to your vision, even when the road feels endless and full of obstacles. Resilience is the power to bounce back when life knocks you down. Everyone stumbles. Everyone faces setbacks, but not everyone gets back up. The ones who do, again and again, are the ones who create something meaningful. Why is this so important? Because nothing worthwhile comes without struggle. Whether you want to build strength, master a skill, or reach a dream, there will be resistance. There will be days when motivation fades, times when progress feels invisible. But if you stick with it, if you continue to show up, you begin to evolve, not just in what you're doing, but in who you become. To develop grit, challenge yourself. Start small. Face the fears that usually make you run. Stick with tasks even when they become dull or difficult. Every time you complete something tough, without quitting, you strengthen your inner core. You show yourself that you can endure, and that power becomes part of your identity. Resilience is forged in moments of failure. Failure isn't the problem. Your reaction to it is what matters. Some give up after 1 fall. Others fall 10 times and rise each time. Not because they don't feel the pain, but because they understand pain is part of progress. Imagine a young girl who dreams of winning a running race. She trains hard, but on race day, she finishes last. She's embarrassed. She wants to quit. But instead of walking away, she says, I'll try again. She keeps training. She learns from her mistakes. She gains speed and focus. In her next race, she places in the middle. Eventually, she wins. Not because she had more talent, but because she refused to quit. Life will test you. That's guaranteed. But inside you is a deeper strength, a force that activates when things get tough. You might not always feel it, but it's there. And the more you challenge yourself, the more it grows. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to keep moving forward. When others give up, you endure. While people lose faith, you hold steady. When life knocks you down, you stand back up. That's called inner strength. That's true resilience. And when you master the art of continuing despite the struggle, almost nothing can defeat you. You transform into someone who completes what they begin, someone who rises no matter how tough it gets. So whatever is in front of you, meet it head on. Don't escape. Don't surrender. Stay the course. That's how inner toughness is created. That's how resilience takes form. And that's how lives are changed. Remain flexible and receptive. Life rarely follows your script. You may assume you know what's coming next, but surprises often rewrite the plan. A door may shut, a path may vanish. Something you depended on might fail. In those situations, you have two options. Resist the change and stay stuck, or welcome it and shift. Modify your path. Adapt. That's what flexibility looks like, and it has the power to transform your reality. Being adaptable means you don't fall apart when the situation shifts. It means you're not chained to how you thought things would unfold. Instead, you stay open-minded. You observe, and you ask yourself, what can I do now? You adjust. You breathe. You move forward, even if it's in a different direction than expected. This matters because life is full of constant change. Nothing remains the same forever. Those who thrive aren't always the fastest or the toughest. They're the ones who know how to adjust course. A disrupted plan isn't the end. It's the start of a different road. And often, that road leads somewhere even greater than you imagine. So how do you grow into an adaptable person? Start by releasing the belief that everything must be flawless. Stop trying to control every piece. When things don't go your way, stop. Take a deep breath and ask, what can this teach me? What's the lesson here? And what step can I take next? Shift from asking, why me, to what can I gain from this? That change in mindset changes everything. Imagine a farmer. He spends months working the soil, planting seeds and waiting for rain. Then a storm comes and destroys part of the field. He could complain, give up, and do nothing. Or he could replant at a new time in a new place. He works with reality, not just with his hopes. That's adaptability. That's real power. Some changes will feel small. Others may shake everything. You might lose your job, miss a big chance, or watch a goal collapse. These times can hurt, but if you remain open, they can also help you grow. If you say to yourself, this is not the end, it's a beginning, then you rise instead of fall. There's quiet strength in being open to fresh paths. When one route fails, another may appear. When a door shuts, a window may open, but only if you're willing to see it. Being adaptable doesn't mean forgetting your dreams. It means being creative in how you reach them. It's trusting the journey, even when it turns. So stay open-minded, keep learning, let go of the need for everything to follow your design. Life changes, sometimes gently, sometimes suddenly. You can't stop the storm, but you can learn to sail. And when you do, you'll uncover a strength you didn't know was there and paths you never considered before. Adaptability isn't weakness, it's insight, it's bravery. It's knowing that no matter what changes, you'll figure it out. Keep your heart soft, stay flexible, and trust that each change carries hidden value if you're ready to find it. Now, fuel everything with passion. Deep within you is a spark that lights up when you talk about the things that matter. When you work on something that excites your heart, or when you think of a goal that inspires you, that inner glow, that drive is your passion. Passion adds color to your life. It gives your efforts meaning. It gives your days purpose. Living with passion means you don't just go through your day. You feel it. Passion brings energy to your work and joy to your steps. It doesn't mean things are always smooth. It means that even when it's hard, you care enough to keep showing up. You give it everything because it matters. Passion makes effort feel worthwhile. When you truly love what you're doing, you stop counting hours. You focus on progress. You act not out of obligation, but out of deep desire. This matters because a life without passion can feel dull. Days blur together. You go through the motions, but your spirit feels distant. You may seem successful on the outside, but inside, you feel drained. Passion reconnects you to yourself. It reminds you what's real. It reminds you that life is not just about making it, it's about loving it. So how do you find or strengthen your passion? Notice what sparks your soul. What do you enjoy talking about? What do you get lost in? What would you do for free, just because you love it? Start there. Then give it time, feed it, even in small doses each day. And if you don't know what your passion is yet, that's okay. Explore, try new things, stay curious. The more you try, the more you learn. Picture a man who's worked one job for years. He does it well, but feels no joy. One weekend, he builds a wooden chair. He loves every part of it. The scent of wood, the sound of tools, the satisfaction of creating something real. At first, he doesn't think much of it, but he makes another, then another. Eventually, he starts selling them. What started as a small joy becomes a full flame. And one day, that flame lights up a new life, built not from pressure, but from passion. Passion doesn't always shout. Sometimes it starts as a quiet whisper, a feeling that says, "This feels right." Don't ignore it. Follow it. It might take you to unexpected places. It might challenge you, but it will also energize you. Because when you work from your heart, you gain energy, focus, and fulfillment. You don't need to throw everything away and start over. Just begin to honor what lights you up. Maybe you love helping people. Maybe you love to create, to teach, to build. Whatever it is, nurture it. Make it a part of your daily life. When passion fuels your life, you stop holding back. You stop waiting for the perfect time. You begin living fully now. You wake up with purpose. And even when things get hard, your passion becomes your fire. It warms you. It drives you. Passion isn't just an emotion. It's a path. And when you follow it, life becomes not just something to survive, but something to love.